Right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here with Tom Phillips from the class of 1965, a 2023 Bay High Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame inductee. I've had the pleasure of knowing Tom now for probably about 10 years. Seeing his work, seeing his commitment. I've heard him referred to as Mr. Bay Village for all the things he's done for this community and the love and passion that he's had it. You've lived your whole life here, haven't you?
Yeah, 73 years.
73 years. And, I don't want to jump ahead into some of the big things, but all the things that you've done, scouting, you were one of the basic fundamental people of the Bay Alumni Foundation. You're why we're here today. Weren't you involved in writing the original bylaws and the Constitution, as we called it, for Bay Alumni Foundation? Mm-hmm. That's pretty amazing. And for everybody to know, when Tom still comes to all our meetings, and when we have a question on the bylaws or something like that, he's the authority. In fact, when I became president, my first meeting, I started to make a motion. He said, "You can't make a motion, Joyce. Just sit down in your chair," if you remember that. Yeah. It was pretty funny. But what I love is everything you've done about our history for this town. So I'm going to start right with the big bang, the Fuller House and the Osborne Learning Center, right? So many people now know because we've tried to cover it in the Facebook page, but the Fuller House was one of the 6 homes that, who's the guy that built the mansion? What was his name? What was we know as Castro-Mara now. The Fuller House was on his property, I think. Now I can't remember his name, but anyway, you were involved in the movement of that on the lake, right? In that plan?
Yeah.
And that made worldwide news. In fact, Eric Eakin talks about a friend of his saw a guy reading an Australian newspaper on an airplane, and that picture of that house riding on that barge was on the front page of the Australian paper. Because I love it, because there's a water skier going right by it, and you get a house going on Lake Erie, and here's a water skier. That must have been unbelievably complicated to figure out.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
You took it from where the mansion is.
Yeah.
Did you bring it down to the boat club?
Yeah.
And then up the hill, and then into Huntington Reservation?
Yeah.
And you say that's not complicated. You moved a whole house.
It wasn't complicated.
It wasn't.
Mm-mm.
What a brilliant idea, though. And here it stands as the mainstay.
Sally Price's idea.
It was whose idea?
Sally Price.
Sally Price. But you guys negotiated and came up with the whole idea on how to do it. That's just amazing. So the Osborne House, it's the oldest structure between Cleveland and Lorraine, correct?
Right. And
they were like 4th, 5th type family to arrive in Bay Village. Wasn't one of the Osbornes? They what?
1810.
1810. And one of the Osbornes was related to a Porter or a Cahoon that was all family stuff too, right? Mm-hmm. So this is their original home.
Yeah.
And that's where you spent a lot of time in the Osborne Learning Center.
Yeah.
So what can people learn in the Osborne Learning Center?
Well, about the Urban Railroad.
Yep.
The
interurban was huge.
It was.
Did you ride it at all as a kid? Was it still around? No.
Gone.
It was gone by then.
39. It was gone.
39. Interurban, you guys just had a huge display on Sam Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
That you do. So that's what you do there, and people can come and learn about the history of Bay Village and all the things that are going on. Are you up there weekly?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Every Sunday. I thought you were.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And the house is from 1810?
Yeah.
And that originally was where?
Like between by
Bassett?
No, it's about it was over by the cemetery.
Oh, it was by the cemetery.
A couple of houses west of the cemetery.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pick up